Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So if you're new, we focus on handheld gaming, so Nintendo Switch reviews, some Steam Deck stuff, some retro gaming handhelds, and today we are going to look at the beat 'em up Sifu for the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's make a start on that review. The story. So set in modern day China, you're the child of a martial arts school who is seeking revenge against the people who killed their father. At the beginning of the game, after a short introduction, you get the option to choose between a boy or a girl. Moving on to gameplay, the game is a beat 'em up from the third person view. To try and break down the game's controls, you have heavy attacks, light attacks, block and parry, and you also have the ability to throw and kick different parts of the environment such as bottles, chairs, hop over tables, chuck things around the room as well. The combat system is very difficult to break down as the game contains over 150 unique attacks, and the levels also contain different weapons as well as what you can break and throw in the environments as well. Each enemy has a structural gauge. When you fill this, you're able to use finishing or special moves on those enemies. As you die during combat, you can resurrect back to the point you died. Each time you die, you age by 1 year. This makes you stronger, but in turn, you lose health. You will encounter shrines during the game, and these shrines give you the ability to unlock new skills, and one option is to use XP to de-age yourself by 5 years. When you die, you will lose certain skills from the skill tree unless you have permanently unlocked them. Reaching a certain age will also mean you no longer have access to certain skills as well. The one area that I struggled with slightly was the huge library of attacks. I did find myself pausing the game to check I was performing moves properly and that I wasn't just button bashing. It reminded me back of Tekken when you hit pause and went on the command list to try and perfect a move or do a certain move. Very, very similar to that. The graphics. The art style used for this game is called Painterly, and one of the developers, Pierre Tarno, said in an interview with Games Radar, "We didn't want a realistic tone. In terms of violence and bloodshed, we don't want to make a gory game. We don't want to have too much blood all over the place, but we do want it to be super immersive." I think they have chosen the perfect art style. It really kept my interest during playing, and it really submerged me into each level, particularly all the individual bits of art in the museum level. The level of detail is fantastic. The price of the game is £35 physically, and the detail in the steelbook and art book that come with the game is worth every penny. This is a must-buy for beat-em-up fans and collectors, and not to mention, this is just an absolutely brilliant game. We do have to mention just a couple of negatives. So the first one, and it only happened a couple of times, but because of how quick the game is, the camera did go missing on a couple of occasions, but only happened a couple of times, didn't ruin the gameplay or anything like that. And the second thing is, now it's hard to say this as a negative because it's exactly as the developers wanted the game to be, but it does have a very steep learning curve. So be prepared to die a lot and to pause to try and remember those combinations as well.
Leave him to me.
That's it then from me for this review. I absolutely loved this game, particularly as I said, that physical edition is absolutely fantastic. Great price as well. So thank you so much for watching. If you're new, obviously hit subscribe. Any other questions that I've missed out, leave them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them. But I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Thanks a lot everyone. Take care guys. Thank you.